For 3,000 years at least, it is indeed much longer, she has been creating abundantly and incessantly, lavishly, with an inexhaustible many-sidedness, republics and kingdoms and empires, philosophies and cosmogonies and sciences and creeds, and arts and poems and all kinds of monuments, palaces and temples and public works, communities and societies and religious orders, laws and codes and rituals, physical sciences, psychic sciences, systems of yoga, systems of politics and administration, arts spiritual, arts worldly, trades, industries, fine crafts. The list is endless. And in each item there is almost a plethora of activity. She creates and is not satisfied and is not tired. She will not have an end of it, seems hardly to need a space for rest, a time for inertia and lying fallow.
She creates and creates.
European critics complain that in her ancient architecture, sculpture and art, there is no reticence, no holding back of riches, no blank spaces, that she labors to fill every rift with awe, occupy every inch with plenty. Well, but de facto no, that is the necessity of her superabundance of life, of the teeming of the infinite within her. She lavishes her riches because she must. As the infinite fills every inch of space with the stirring of life and energy, because it is the infinite.
All that was in India's past is still dormant. It is not destroyed. It is waiting there to assume new forms.
The third power of the ancient Indian spirit was a strong intellectuality, at once austere and rich, robust and minute, powerful and delicate, massive in principle and curious in detail. Its chief impulse was that of order and arrangement, but an order founded upon a seeking for the inner law and truth of things, and having in view always the possibility of conscientious practice. India has been preeminently the land of the Dharma and the Shastra. She searched for the inner truth and law of each human or cosmic activity, its Dharma. That found, she labored to cast into elaborate form and detailed law of arrangement its application in fact and rule of life.
The European eye is struck in Indian spiritual thought by the Buddhistic and illusionist denial of life. But in itself, that was simply one result, in one direction, of a tendency of the Indian mind which is common to all its activities, the impulse to follow each motive, each specialization of motive even, spiritual, intellectual, ethical, vital, to its extreme point and to sound its utmost possibility. It knew that without a fine excess we cannot break down the limits which the dull temper of the normal mind opposes to knowledge and thought and experience. And it had, in seeking this point, a boundless courage and yet a sure tread.
Yet it is notable that this pursuit of the most opposite extremes never resulted in disorder. In every extreme, the Indian spirit seeks for a law in that extreme, and a rule, measure, and structure in its application.